everybody! Welcome to the show! Or, well, the channel. My name is Rule Master, and tonight, or today, whenever you're watching, we have a fantastic show for you. We are counting down the top 15 most unique, most incredible, most how is that even possible? People in the entire world? I mean, you think you've seen it all, but trust me, you haven't. These folks are redefining what it means to be one of a kind. It's going to be a wild ride, so buckle up! Now, when I say unique, I'm not just talking about someone who can wiggle their ears or knows all the words to "We didn't start the fire." I'm talking about people who are literally, biologically, and certifiably in a league of their own. Each person on this list has a story that will make your jaw drop, maybe make you laugh, and definitely make you think. These are the people who make our world so wonderfully weird and fascinating. They're not just different, they're true originals, the real deal. So, get comfortable, grab some popcorn, maybe call a friend over, because you're not going to want to miss this. And hey, as we go through this list, if you know someone who you think is just as unique, or if you have a special talent yourself, I want to hear about it. Drop a comment down below and tell us your story. You never know, you might just make our next list. Alright, are you ready? Let's kick things off with our number 15. Here we go! Kicking off our list at number 15 is a man who took nail goals to a whole new dimension. I'm talking about Sridhar Chalal from India. Now, we all know someone who's proud of their long nails, right? Maybe they get a fancy manicure. But Sridhar? He decided to stop cutting the fingernails on his left hand. In 1952. Yeah, you heard me. 1952. That's before my parents were even thinking about getting married. He held the Guinness World Record for the longest fingernails ever recorded on a single hand. It's absolutely wild to even think about. Imagine the dedication. For over 66 years, he nurtured these nails. When they were finally measured, their combined length was over 909.6 centimeters. That's almost 30 feet. His longest single nail, on his thumb, was nearly 2 meters long all by itself. That's taller than me. Can you even picture that? It's like having 5 coiled snakes growing out of your fingertips. He said he was inspired to do it after a teacher scolded him as a child for breaking a long nail. He decided right then and there to see how long he could grow his own. Talk about taking a childhood grudge to the extreme. Of course, living with these record-breaking nails wasn't easy. He had to be incredibly careful with everything he did. Sleeping was a challenge. He said he had to wake up every half hour or so to move his hand to the other side of the bed, so he wouldn't break them. He couldn't do a lot of jobs and faced a lot of difficulties, but he was committed. He even lost function in his left hand due to the immense weight of the nails. It's a level of commitment that is just mind-boggling. It's not just a record, it's a lifetime of sacrifice for a truly unique achievement. Finally, in 2018, at the ripe old age of 82, he decided it was time to cut them. The nail-cutting ceremony was a huge event held at a museum in New York City. They had to use a special power tool, like a small saw, to carefully remove them. Now, his nails are preserved and on display for everyone to see. So if you're ever in the city, you can go see the result of 66 years of not cutting your nails. It's a bizarre and incredible piece of human history, all from one man's hand. What a way to start the list. Alright, coming in at number 14 is someone whose life sounds like it's straight out of a superhero movie. Meet Jo Cameron, a woman from Scotland who has a genetic mutation so rare, it's believed she's one of only 2 people in the world with it. What does it do? Well, she can't feel pain. At all. I mean, I stub my toe and I'm down for the count for like 5 minutes. Jo can have surgery without anesthesia and not even flinch. It's unbelievable. She also experiences very little anxiety or fear. This all came to light when she was in her 60s and went for a hip replacement surgery. Doctors were baffled when she reported needing no painkillers afterward. That's when they started digging deeper and discovered her unique genetic makeup. The condition is due to a mutation in a previously unknown gene, which scientists have now named defied. It essentially boosts her levels of natural feel-good chemicals, acting like a built-in painkiller and anti-anxiety medication. It's like her body is just constantly in a state of chill. But here's the thing. While it sounds like a superpower, it has its downsides. Pain is our body's alarm system, right? It tells us when something is wrong. Jo often doesn't realize she's injured. She's described burning her arm on the oven and not noticing until she smelled burning flesh. Yikes! As a child, she was constantly covered in cuts and bruises and had no idea how they got there. It's a constant state of vigilance for her, having to check herself for injuries that she can't feel. Doctors are now studying Jo's genetics intensely, hoping it could lead to a breakthrough in developing new treatments for chronic pain and anxiety. Imagine a medication that could mimic what her body does naturally. It could change millions of lives. So, while she might not be a caped crusader, Jo Cameron is a real-life superhero to the world of medical science. Her unique existence offers hope for a future with less suffering. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes our greatest strengths are hidden deep within our DNA. Next up, at number 13, we have someone who is a living, breathing work of art. I'm talking about Lucky Diamond Rich, and when I say he has the most tattoos, I mean it. He holds the Guinness World Record for being the most tattooed person on the planet. He's not just covered in tattoos, he is the tattoo. We're talking 100% tattoo coverage. That includes the insides of his eyelids, his mouth, his ears, and, well, let's just say everywhere. Every single nook and cranny. Lucky, who was born in New Zealand, spent over 1,000 hours under the needle with hundreds of different tattoo artists to achieve his look. It's an incredible feat of endurance. But he didn't stop there. Once he had covered his entire body in black ink, what did he do? He started tattooing white designs on top of the black, and after that, he started adding colored tattoos on top of the white. It's like his body is a multi-layered canvas that's constantly evolving. His journey into body modification began when he was a young man, traveling with the circus as a street performer, juggling chainsaws and swallowing swords. You know, a typical summer job. He got his first tattoo, a small juggling club on his hip, and he was hooked. He says he just liked the look and the feeling of it. For him, it wasn't about rebellion or making a statement. It was a personal journey of self-expression. He sees his body as a project, and it's one that will likely never be finished. What's so fascinating about Lucky is his attitude. He's incredibly down to earth and sees his look as completely normal for him. He's not trying to shock people, he's just being himself. He continues to perform around the world, and his appearance is part of his act and his identity. It's a powerful statement about personal freedom and what it means to truly own your body. To dedicate your entire skin to art is a level of commitment that is, without a doubt, one of a kind. He's not just in the record books, he's a record book, written in ink. Alright, get ready to look up, way up. At number 12, we meet Sultan Kozan from Turkey, the tallest living man in the world. How tall is he? He stands at a staggering 8 feet, 2.8 inches. Let me put that in perspective for you. That's like stacking two of me on top of each other. And you'd still need a small stepladder. When he walks into a room, he doesn't just enter, he makes an entrance. He has to duck through most doorways. It's absolutely incredible. Sultan's immense height is due to a condition called pituitary gigantism, which is caused by a tumor on his pituitary gland. This led to an overproduction of growth hormone. His growth spurt didn't even stop until he was in his 20s when he finally had surgery to remove the tumor. Can you imagine just keep growing and growing through your teens and into your 20s? It's something out of a fairy tale, but for him, it was very real. He also holds the record for the largest hands and feet. His shoes are a size 25. Life at that height comes with a unique set of challenges. Finding clothes and shoes that fit is a constant struggle. Getting into a car is a major operation. He needs custom-made furniture and specially built tools to get by. He walks with crutches to help support his joints, which are under a lot of strain from his size and weight. Things that we take for granted, like sitting on a couch or using a public restroom, are major logistical puzzles for him. Despite the difficulties, Sultan has a wonderfully positive outlook on life. He's traveled the world as an ambassador for Turkey and for people with rare conditions. He's a gentle giant with a good sense of humor about his situation. He even got married to a woman who is of average height, and their wedding photos are just amazing. Sultan Kosin is a living testament to adapting to extraordinary circumstances. He stands tall, not just in stature, but in spirit, reminding us all to embrace what makes us different. Have you ever forgotten where you put your keys? Or someone's name right after they told you? Of course we all have. Well, our number 11 person does not have that problem, ever. Meet Jill Price, the first person ever diagnosed with a condition called Highly Superior Autobiographical Memory, or HSAM. What does that mean? It means she can remember almost every single day of her life since she was about 14 years old, in vivid detail. It's like her brain is a DVR that's been recording her entire life, and she has instant recall. Ask her about any date, say October 23rd, 1991, and she won't just tell you what she did, she'll tell you what day of the week it was, what the weather was like, what major news event happened, and what she was feeling at that exact moment. It's not a party trick, it's just how her brain is wired. Neurologists have studied her extensively and found that certain parts of her brain are structurally different and show more activity than in a typical brain. It's a true neurobiological anomaly. But here's the twist. She has often called her memory a burden. Imagine not being able to forget any of your mistakes, your heartbreaks, or your embarrassing moments. They don't fade away, they are always there, as fresh and clear as the day they happened. She describes it as a non-stop, uncontrollable movie of her past playing in her head. It can be emotionally exhausting, a constant stream of both good and bad memories running simultaneously with the present. While most of us wish for a better memory to pass a test or remember a birthday, Jill Price's story is a fascinating look at the other side of that coin. It shows us that forgetting is actually a crucial part of being human. It allows us to heal, to move on, and to not be weighed down by our entire past at every moment. Her unique mind gives us a profound appreciation for the delicate and often imperfect balance of memory and forgetting that the rest of us experience every day. Kicking off our top 10 is something so rare, it sounds like something from mythology. But I assure you, it's very real. At number 10, we have the incredible story of people born with what is known as a human tail. One of the most famous contemporary cases is a young man from India named Arshid Ali Khan, who was born with a 7-inch fleshy appendage growing from his back. While these are not true tails with bones and muscle control like an animal's, they are an extraordinary and rare medical phenomenon. These tails are remnants from our embryonic stage. In the early weeks of development, all human embryos have a tail-like structure which is normally absorbed back into the body, but in very rare cases, it doesn't get absorbed and the baby is born with it. It's a condition called a caudal appendage. For Arshid, his tail led to him being worshipped in his village as a reincarnation of the Hindu monkey god, Hanuman. People would come to him for blessings. It's an amazing example of how something medical can become something spiritual. Living with a tail can present challenges. For Arshid, it meant he couldn't walk properly and had to be in a wheelchair. Eventually, he had surgery to remove it in hopes of improving his mobility. It's a complex decision, especially when the condition becomes so intertwined with your identity and how your community sees you. It's a choice between a unique identity and a more physically comfortable life. The story of people born with tails is a powerful reminder of our deep evolutionary history. It's a visible link to our distant pre-human ancestors, a little piece of the past that's literally carried into the present. It blurs the line between myth and reality, science and spirituality. It shows that even in our modern world, nature can still surprise us with throwbacks to a time long, long ago, making these individuals truly unique messengers from our own evolutionary story. Coming in at number 9 is a feature that is absolutely captivating. You might have seen it in a movie or on a celebrity, but it's a real and fascinating condition. I'm talking about heterochromia, the condition of having 2 different colored eyes. It's instantly striking. Imagine looking at someone and one eye is a deep ocean blue and the other is a warm forest green. It's like they have 2 different souls looking out at you. It's incredibly beautiful, and you guessed it, incredibly unique. So what's the science behind it? Well, it all comes down to melanin, the same pigment that determines our skin and hair color. The color of our irises depends on the concentration and distribution of melanin. With heterochromia, the amount of melanin is different in each eye. This can happen for a few reasons. It can be genetic, passed down through families. This is called congenital heterochromia. You're just born that way, a beautiful genetic lottery winner. It can also be acquired later in life. An injury to the eye, inflammation, or certain diseases can damage the iris and change the melanin production, leading to a change in eye color. So someone could live for 20 or 30 years with 2 brown eyes, and then, suddenly, one starts to turn blue. Can you imagine looking in the mirror and seeing your own eye color change? It would be surreal. Famous people like Mila Kunis and Henry Cavill have mild forms of it, which just adds to their star quality. Less than 1% of the world's population has heterochromia, making it a truly rare trait. It's a perfect example of a beautiful flaw or variation in our genetic code. It doesn't typically affect vision at all. It's purely cosmetic. But what a cosmetic feature to have. It's a natural work of art, a subtle but profound difference that makes someone stand out in a crowd. It's a reminder that beauty is often found in the unexpected variations that make each of us, quite literally, easy on the eyes. Alright, this next one is just, you can't make this stuff up. At number 8, we have Roy Sullivan, a U.S. park ranger from Virginia, who holds a world record that nobody, and I mean nobody, wants to break. He was struck by lightning, not once, not twice, but 7 different times. 7. I feel like if I get caught in the rain without an umbrella, it's a bad day. This guy was a human lightning rod. It's so unbelievable that he earned the nickname the Spark Ranger. His first documented strike was in 1942. He was in a lookout tower and the lightning hit him in the leg and he lost his big toenail. Ouch! The second time, he was driving his truck when lightning struck 2 trees and then jumped into his open window, knocking him unconscious and burning off his eyebrows. Over the next 35 years, he was struck while fishing, while in a ranger station, while walking in a campground, and even while trying to outrun a storm cloud that he said was following him. The final strike in 1977 sent him to the hospital with chest and stomach burns. Statistically, the odds of being struck by lightning once in your lifetime are already incredibly low, something like 1 in 15,300. The odds of being struck 7 times? It's astronomical. It's something like 4 septillion to 1. That's a 4 with 24 zeros after it. You have a better chance of winning the lottery every day for a year. It's so improbable that some people were skeptical, but Guinness World Records investigated and verified his claims. He was just in the wrong place at the wrong time, over and over and over again. Roy's story is a mind-bending mix of terrible luck and incredible resilience. He suffered from depression later in life, understandably paranoid that he was some kind of lightning magnet or that a higher power was out to get him. It's a heavy burden to carry. His story is a powerful, if not terrifying, reminder of the random and immense power of nature. Roy Sullivan wasn't just unique. He was, for lack of a better word, electric, a true one-of-a-kind survivor. Moving on to number 7, we have a real-life Rapunzel. Meet Xi Jinping from China, who holds the Guinness World Record for the world's longest hair on a female. How long are we talking? When it was officially measured in 2004, her hair was 18 feet, 5.54 inches long. That's longer than a giraffe is tall. She started growing it when she was just 13 years old, back in 1973, and hasn't had a haircut since. That is some serious dedication to a do. As you can imagine, maintaining a head of hair that's longer than a car is a full-time job. She said that washing it is a major undertaking that requires a lot of time and assistance. It's not like she can just hop in the shower. It's a whole process. And when she goes out, she has to bundle it up and carry it, or have an assistant help her manage the massive train of hair following behind her. She describes her hair as a part of her, and she's incredibly patient and gentle with it. Her philosophy is simple: to have long, healthy hair, you have to be patient and keep yourself in good health. She maintains a healthy diet and a calm state of mind, believing it all contributes to the strength and length of her locks. It's not about secret products or complicated routines. It's about a holistic lifestyle and decades of uninterrupted growth. It's a testament to what the human body is capable of when you just let it grow. Xu Chuping's hair is more than just hair. It's a symbol of patience, perseverance, and a unique form of self-expression. In a world of fast fashion and ever-changing trends, she has stuck with one look for nearly 50 years. It's a stunning, flowing, natural wonder that has rightfully earned her a place in the record books and on our list of one-of-a-kind people. She is, quite literally, a cut above the rest. Alright, at number 6, prepare to have your mind and possibly your spine completely bent out of shape. We're talking about the world of extreme contortionists, people who can twist and fold their bodies in ways that seem to defy the laws of human anatomy. One of the most famous and flexible people on the planet is Daniel Browning Smith, also known as the Rubber Boy. This guy can dislocate his arms to fit through an unstrung tennis racket. I can't even touch my toes. Daniel was born with a rare genetic condition called hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which gives him extreme flexibility. Most of us have ligaments that act like tight rubber bands, holding our joints in place. His are more like old, stretched-out elastic, allowing him to move his joints far beyond the normal range of motion. He discovered his talent as a kid, roughhousing with his siblings, and realized he could twist and turn in ways they couldn't. Instead of seeing it as a medical condition, he saw it as a superpower. He turned that superpower into a career, becoming a 5-time Guinness World Record holder. He holds records for the fastest time to fit into a box, the most contortions in a minute, and for dislocating his shoulders and turning his torso 180 degrees. It's both mesmerizing and slightly unsettling to watch. He can literally fold himself in half backwards, resting his head on his lower back. It's like he's made of clay instead of bone and muscle. What's so incredible about people like Daniel is not just the physical ability, but the mental strength. They train for years like elite athletes to build the muscle control needed to perform these feats safely. They push the known limits of the human body, turning what could be a debilitating condition into a spectacular art form. They show us that with the right mindset, our perceived limitations can become our greatest and most unique strengths. It's a mind-bending, body-bending spectacle. Entering our top 5, we have a man who is truly, and I mean this literally, magnetic. At number 5, meet Rolf Buchholz from Germany. If you thought getting your ears pierced was a big deal, well, Rolf has taken it to a whole other level. He holds the Guinness World Record for the most piercings on a man. How many, you ask? As of his last official count, he had 453 piercings. And they are everywhere. He has 94 piercings in and around his lips, 25 in his eyebrows, 8 in his nose, and a staggering 278 piercings in his genital area alone. I'm just gonna let that sink in for a second. That's dedication. But that's not all. He's also heavily tattooed and even has subdermal horn implants on his forehead, which give him this devilish, fantastical look. He looks like a character who walks straight out of a fantasy novel. Rolf's journey into body modification didn't even start until he was 40 years old. He got his first tattoo and his first piercing and just discovered a passion for it. He says it's not about being a rebel or shocking people. For him, it's a form of personal expression and a source of joy. He finds beauty in it. Each piercing is a part of his story and his identity. It's a very personal art form that he wears every single day. His unique appearance has caused some issues. He was once denied entry into Dubai, with airport officials reportedly fearing he practiced black magic. But Rolf takes it all in stride. He's a computer expert by trade and says that his appearance has never affected his professional life. He is a living example of not judging a book by its cover, or in his case by its hundreds of piercings. He proves that you can be a professional and also be a walking, talking piece of metal art. At number 4, we're diving into a world of color that most of us can't even imagine. Meet Concetta Antico, an artist from Australia who has a condition called tetrachromacy. Now most of us are trichromats. We have 3 types of cone cells in our eyes, which allow us to see about 1 million different colors. It sounds like a lot, right? Well, Conchetta has a fourth type of cone cell. This genetic superpower allows her to see an estimated 100 million colors. 100 million. Imagine looking at a simple green leaf. For us, it's a few shades of green. For Conchetta, it's a mosaic of violets, turquoises, and blues that we are completely blind to. A simple gray pebble can explode into a rainbow of oranges, pinks, and yellows. The world for her is a vibrant, psychedelic masterpiece, bursting with hues that don't even have names. It's like she has a built-in Instagram filter for reality, but dialed up to 1,000,000. This condition is extremely rare and is thought to only be possible in women. It's linked to the X chromosome, and scientists believe that as many as 12% of women might carry the gene for it, but for most, it doesn't activate. Conchetta is one of the few confirmed functional tetrachromats in the world. Her unique vision wasn't discovered until 2012, after years of her trying to explain to people the incredible spectrum of colors she saw in everyday objects. She channels her unique vision into her art. Her paintings are incredibly vibrant and colorful and attempt to translate what she sees onto the canvas for us mere trichromats to experience. Looking at her art is like getting a tiny glimpse into her world. Conchetta Antico's story is incredible because it shows us that our perception of reality is limited by our biology. There's a whole universe of color out there that we're missing, and she's the one who gets to see it all. Coming in at number 3 is a man whose life, honestly, just defies one of the most fundamental rules of human existence. We all need to sleep, right? Well, not Thai Ngoc, a farmer from Vietnam. He claims that he has not slept a wink since he got a fever in 1973. That's over 45 years of being awake. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for decades. Can you even fathom that? I can't function if I get less than 6 hours. This guy is living a life with no off switch. According to his story, after that fateful fever, he just stopped being able to sleep. Doctors have examined him, and while they can't find anything physically wrong, they also can't medically verify his claim of zero sleep, as it would require constant long-term observation. However, his family, friends, and neighbors all swear it's true. They say he works on his farm all day and then at night, he does more work, like guarding his property or building things, while everyone else is in bed. He's tried everything from traditional medicine to sleeping pills, and nothing has worked. But here's the most astounding part. He says he feels fine. He reports being mentally sound and physically healthy, able to carry heavy loads and work long hours on his farm. It completely baffles medical science, which has long held that prolonged sleep deprivation leads to severe cognitive decline, hallucinations, and eventually, death. He seems to be a complete exception to the rule. Whether it's a 1 in a billion medical anomaly or a case of extreme microsleeps that he isn't aware of, the story of Thai Ngoc is absolutely fascinating. He has, in essence, been given a third of his life back, the third that the rest of us spend unconscious. It really forces us to question everything we thought we knew about the necessity of sleep. His life is a waking mystery, a 45-year-long day that makes him one of the most uniquely perplexing people on the entire planet. Our runner-up for the most unique person is a guy who will definitely make you smile. Or, well, gape in astonishment. At number 2, we have Francisco Domingo Joaquim, a man from Angola who is better known by his nickname Chiquinho. He holds the Guinness World Record for the widest mouth in the world, and when I say wide, I mean wide. His mouth unstretched is already impressive, but his superpower is its elasticity. How wide can it stretch? He can stretch his mouth to an unbelievable 17 centimeters or 6.69 inches. That's the length of a dollar bill. His mouth is so wide that he can fit an entire 330 milliliter can of soda in it, sideways. I'm not kidding. There are videos of him just popping the whole can in there, no problem. It disappears completely. It's like a magic trick, but it's all natural. He says he has no special condition. It's just something he discovered he could do. He was discovered by Guinness World Record researchers on YouTube, where videos of his incredible talent had gone viral. They invited him to a competition in Italy, where he officially set the record, blowing away the competition and the judges. he became an instant celebrity in his home country of Angola, known as the Angolan Jaw of Awe. It's a talent that is so bizarre, so specific, and so visually stunning that you can't help but be impressed. Chiquinho's story is a perfect example of how a unique physical trait can bring joy and fame. He hasn't let the record go to his head. He's known for being a humble and funny guy who just happens to have a mouth the size of a small mailbox. It's a fun, lighthearted kind of unique that reminds us that world records come in all shapes and sizes, or in his case, all widths. It's a talent that is, without a doubt, jaw-dropping. And here we are at number 1, the most uniquely one-of-a-kind person on our list. This is a condition that is as rare as it is visually shocking. Meet Gary Turner, a British man, and yes, I know the title says woman, but the most famous case is a man, and his story is just too incredible to miss, who holds the record for the stretchiest skin in the world. He can pull the skin on his stomach out over 6 inches. He can pull the skin on his neck up over his mouth to create a human mask. It's like he's made of living rubber. Gary has a severe form of Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or EDS, the same condition we saw with our contortionist, but a different type that primarily affects the skin. EDS is a group of genetic disorders that affect connective tissues, primarily skin, joints, and blood vessel walls. For Gary, it means his skin lacks collagen, the protein that gives skin its strength and elasticity. As a result, his skin is incredibly fragile and extraordinarily stretchy. He discovered his ability as a young boy. He realized he could stretch his skin far more than his friends. Instead of being frightened by it, he embraced it. He turned his shocking ability into a performance, joining a circus sideshow and earning the name the Stretchy Skin Man. He uses his condition to entertain and educate people about EDS. He can create a table with the skin on his stomach and rest a pint of beer on it. It's a sight you have to see to believe. Gary Turner's story is the epitome of turning a challenge into a unique identity. While his condition comes with health complications like poor wound healing and joint pain, he has chosen to use his platform to raise awareness and amaze audiences. He embodies what this list is all about, taking a condition that makes you profoundly different from everyone else and not just living with it, but owning it. He is a living, stretching, awe-inspiring testament to the incredible and sometimes unbelievable variations of the human body. That's why he is our number 1. And that's our list. From the longest nails to the stretchiest skin, wasn't that just incredible? It really makes you realize how diverse and amazing human beings can be. Every single person on that list is a testament to the fact that our differences are what make us special. Some of these stories were mind-boggling, some were inspiring, and some were just plain wild, but they all show the incredible resilience and spirit of people who embrace their one-of-a-kind nature. I hope you had as much fun watching this as I did putting it together for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you enjoyed learning about these truly unique individuals and want to see more content like this, you know what to do. Go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on those notifications so you don't miss our next video. We've always got something interesting cooking up for you here at Rule Master. Sharing is caring, so if you know someone who would get a kick out of this, send it their way. And one last time, I really want to hear from you. The world is a big place, and I know there are more unique people out there. Do you have a friend who can do something amazing? Do you have a unique trait yourself? Tell us all about it in the comments below. Let's celebrate all the things that make us different. Thanks again for watching, everyone. My name is Rule Master, and we'll see you in the next one. Take care.